for 8th Wonder in this set if he does well. And here we go, guys, with game number 4 in the Viper versus 8th Wonder. Possibly one of the only game 4s that we're going to see from the Viper in this entire event. And it is on Border Dispute. One of the most, well, you know what, one of the most kind of early aggressive maps that we'll see in this event. I mean, this is like a close start, pretty crazy, very challenging, and very much worth the watch. So there we go. In we go for game number 4, and the score 2-1 to 8th Wonder, believe it or not. 8th Wonder there protecting his boars to prevent Viper from stealing them and things like that. And obviously, if these guys can take each other's boars here, if 8th Wonder can grab a 3rd boar here, oh, so close, then that could be huge. And obviously, at the early game, grabbing the boar as quickly as possible is really important to make sure that you actually have 2 boar and your opponent doesn't get 3, because that could be huge. So, once again, Viper in the blue this time. He's still, yeah, he's actually in the blue this time. He's got his serious pants on now, playing in the blue on the right side as the Britons, interestingly enough. And on the left side of the map, in the red, we've got 8th Wonder playing as the Celts once again, which is basically the same as the first game we saw in this series. Now, I've got to say, honestly, I kind of expected a Mongol pick from one of these guys. Like Viper's being so stubborn right now. He's like, I'm going to choose the Britons, whether you like it or not. He's just still playing as the Britons anyway. But, you know, I think if 8th Wonder had gone for the Mongols, this game could have been his right there. Because the Mongols, with that hunt bonus, would be able to get a super fast feudal time and get tower rushing that much faster. And you've got to bear in mind, this map here is all about the tower rush, really. And already today, we've seen 2 tower rushes from 8th Wonder on Viper, 2 of which have turned into victories. And so maybe we'll see another tower rush here from 8th Wonder that could bring an end to the Viper. And that's it. We found his weakness, everybody. So, yeah, pushing these deer in towards the TC. A little messy from 8th Wonder there. Got to push that deer a little closer, really, if he wants to get very efficient gathering. And when we got to look at the stone positions. Now, fortunately, both players have stone, which is in the back of their TC. So they have got a safe stone, and both of them have a stone out very close together, very close to the TCs, but very similar, different distances on this right side as well. So, you know, I think Viper here will be able to grab stone. I think 8th Wonder will also be able to grab stone safely, which is really freaking important on this map. Obviously, in this situation now, like I said, 8th Wonder, if he'd have chosen Mongols, it would have been huge. But Viper, playing as the Britons, is going to have that sheep gather bonus, which means that villagers gather from sheep at the same speed that villagers gather from deer. And as a result, 8th Wonder, Viper should be, in theory, faster to the feudal age. And like I said, in my opinion, it's all about that feudal time on this map, getting that first tower up. Now, obviously, the feudal time isn't, you know, all what it's all about, because, well, I think I just said that's what it is all about. But what I mean to say is that if you do get a fast feudal time and your opponent gets a fast feudal time, you're a little slow, it doesn't matter so much, because you can still defend somewhat with villagers. You can still defend a little bit with them, and then once you get to the feudal age, you can then start putting your towers up as well. Maybe drop that on your opponent. But sorry, I was getting a little confused there. I was kind of like trying to read the chat, and I lost my train of thought. But yeah, 8th Wonder here, slower to feudal. Viper's clicked up, and he's on 20% there already. Whereas 8th Wonder going to squeeze out one more villager. He's like, squeeze that villager out, drop his villagers into this TC, and I imagine then click up. But actually, he's squeezing another villager out, and maybe that's a little bit risky. Maybe it is a little risky, but. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, I think he's walling this up quite nicely, so he's going to at least secure that stone 100%, which is important. And interestingly enough, Viper here not actually taking any stone at all, considering that he's going up to the feudal age already. He obviously has enough stone to build a single tower to begin with, but he's doing a barracks right now. he might be interested in doing an archery range as well once he hits feudal, but his gold position is pretty horrible. I think that's Viper's gold right there, which is in a very forward position. He has got gold down to the south, so he could take that safely, but we'll have to wait and see. I think maybe we'll see an archery range and we'll see skirms coming out. That's probably, you know, it's a very typical thing to accompany a tower kind of rush. 8th Wonder, though, with a lot of walling here, and, you know, that could actually work out really well for him. A lot of walling income, walling coming in, sorry, not income. I mean, that's funny, isn't it? Like, income and coming in, it's basically like the same words, but if you switch them around, they have two totally different meanings. Damn, what have I been smoking? Anyway, 8th Wonder taking that stone, looking then like he's going to be doing tower rushes. Oh, why not? I mean, if you're 8th Wonder right now and you've rushed Viper twice and it's worked, you're going to do it again, aren't you? You're going to do it again. Viper doing a single archer, but of course he's going to have to switch into skirms, and that makes a lot of sense because, well, he has no gold, so obviously what else would he do? Otherwise they'd leave this archery range idle, which is pointless. The problem is with skirms is that skirms, of course, are terrible, absolutely terrible at killing villagers. You know, they do one damage per javelin, and that's it. I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing it. You guys are just so mean to me in the chat. You're just like, what are you talking about? You don't know. What are you, man? Oh, man. It's just, leave me alone, right? Okay, so 8th Wonder here. Actually, archery range coming up from him. Where's the tower, though? It's not there. And that's interesting. Okay, there you go. There's the first tower coming in just to the south of his TC. If he, again, denies Viper's farms, that could be huge. And, you know, we've seen how that's worked out in the past. It worked out very well. And a tower, of course, can outrange a town center, so dropping it out here would deny a lot of farmage on the front for him. Now, surprisingly, where's 8th Wonder's food income? Doesn't seem to exist at the moment, which is a slight concern, actually. What's he doing? He's taking a lot of, he's taking gold at the back. He's taking a lot of stone. But I think 8th Wonder has forgotten that he kind of needs food to make villagers and stuff. So, I don't know. This seems about as all in as you can get when it comes to strategy here and actually neglecting to take food entirely. Oh, it's kind of interesting. You know, he needs to seed some farms, obviously, but now his TC is idle and he's sending more out to gold. Okay, so I'm expecting to see another archery range. With this much gold income, that's like 7 vills or 5. Okay, no, there you go. He's fixing it up. He was sending too many out to gold there. He doesn't have a second archery range yet, so he'd end up with a surplus of gold in that situation. What's actually happening now is he's redistributing them. He's actually putting up some farms, which is the right thing to do. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I mean, seriously, he's playing a risky game, I think. But, you know, we'll see what happens. If he can put a tower here as well, it's going to disrupt Viper's gold. And if Viper has no gold, Viper's in a bit of trouble, to say the least. Town Watch also coming in for Viper right now. It's on 87%, and it's going to stay on 87% for a few moments. There we go, as the game was paused. But tower's up. Tower's up. And 8th Wonder here. I think it's going to be worthwhile for him to try and get fletching ASAP and get that blacksmith up very soon. So if he gets fletching, it's the extra range and damage. It's going to be huge. I think Viper is attempting to fast castle, sort of. Maybe not fast castle, you know what I mean. But do a faster castle time. You see like how he's kind of playing pretty passively. He's not doing too many towers. He's not really taking a lot of stone. He's taking a little bit to cover his gold. And he's seeded a bunch of farms out here. He's doing archers. So again, you know, it's not going to cost him too much on the food front. They're saying that he's doing it for his scams as well. Maybe looking for a decent castle time. And I don't know. That would be a bit strange and a little risky for how open this map is. So 8th Wonder with more towers, as always, expected. Maybe he should have chosen the Koreans. The tower rushing has been working out so well for him. But yeah, I don't know, actually. I take that back about the fast castle thing. It's not really looking like a fast castle, is it? But I feel like the castle age is in his mind as something that he needs to try and get there sooner rather than later, and not overinvest into taking tons of stone and making tons of towers. Doing a blacksmith now, he's got 2 ranges, but he's doing skirm production. Okay, so that's all good, because I mean at the moment if he stopped doing military it would be over for him at that point. So he's going to do skirms because he's now pushed away from gold again. And notice how he's like not doing archers now, even though he could afford them, and I think he wants to make sure that he's got 200 gold in the bank for when it comes to clicking up to castle. I think that makes a lot of sense. Right now though, Viper is going to win this little fight here. His skirms obviously outnumbering those of 8th Wonder, and 8th Wonder still does not have fletching, but I think it's on the way. Yes it is, at his blacksmith at the back of the map. I think 8th Wonder's looking pretty solid as well right now, doing mostly archers from this one range. And like I said earlier, he's going to have a surplus of gold, so he's actually moved villagers off of gold here. He had 6, now he has 3. And he's sticking on that one range, which I don't know if that's actually for the best, because the thing is here, he's making archers, which not only are just going to be countered by skirms, but he's not got too many of them as well. I mean, maybe he's going to be relying on these towers a bit to keep his eco safe, but I feel like you've got to make enough military. You just have to, because otherwise, even if your opponent has got mass skirm, he's still going to be pressuring. He's still going to be finding those villager kills as the game goes on. Also, bear in mind, Viper here did do wheelbarrow very early as well. He did wheelbarrow right at the start of the feudal age, pretty much, and he's got plenty of farms up as well here. He's got 11 farmers, so wheelbarrow completely justified in that situation. And I kind of always gauge, like, you should try, in my opinion, to do wheelbarrow when you've got about 10 farms. And I think, generally speaking, that's, like, the ideal time to do it. And in most games, that time is around 15 minutes. It's a good way to just gauge it off the top of your head, I suppose. But yeah, more towers coming in from 8th Wonder here. And it's a good job Viper did start taking some more stone. Otherwise, he'd be feeling a lot more pressure from 8th Wonder than he is at the moment. 8th Wonder as well, temporarily there, was ahead in food count. But he's just in wheelbarrow himself. Horse collar's on the way in, and once 8th Wonder's got wheelbarrow, he's going to be on his road to castle as well, very, very quickly. It won't be too far off for him. Viper here fighting in the north of the map with his villagers, losing a vill, taking down 8th Wonder's scout, and in come some archers here, so 8th Wonder might find a couple more vills, because these guys are miles away from home, and those archers doing quite a good amount of damage with fletching, so easy, ready, equivalent, mandatum. I love the Breton voice acting, it's so good. Yeah, 2 vills down, 3 vills in total, and villager count now for Viper is at 36. So it's a good job 8th Wonder got those vills, because he's now at 34, leaving his TC idle earlier, remember, for a little while, and letting Viper catch up in quite a large way. I think he lost a couple of vills down here as well at some point. So 8th Wonder now, I think he's kind of sort of sitting back, building these towers. Notice how many farms he's got up here. Yeah, 8th Wonder sitting on 10 farmers, whereas Viper's sitting on 15. And it's like I say, Castle Age it's coming. Castle Age is coming, and Viper about to click up any second now. He's regained gold as well, by the way, which is huge. I mean, if he didn't have gold, this would be 110% more difficult, but he has got that gold, so he's on the way up, and that's going to be faster than 8th Wonder, so I am a little concerned for Mr. Wonder now. But I don't know, I feel like in this situation, if Viper can get a castle out, that could be huge. On this map, I feel like a castle can really turn the pace and the direction of the game around, just because of how close proximity, how close these players are together, yeah. 8th Wonder then, he's not far off himself, but he's quite a ways behind Viper in the castle time, so it's going to be a while. It's going to be a little while. And if Viper here can get a siege workshop out and start pressuring this TC as well, that would be awesome for him. Obviously, if he can go crossbow as well, he's going to find a lot of villager kills. Even with all the towers in here, he could still find some villagers if he comes around the back with those, you know, extra ranged archers, extra ranged crossbows. But 8th Wonder still taking a lot of stone. And I think that's the real big difference here. If you have a look at the amount of stone gathered, 8th Wonder has over double the stone of Viper. Now, that equates to 600 stone. If 8th Wonder didn't have 600 stone, and instead had another 600 food, he could have clicked Castle at maybe the same time as Viper, but as it stands, obviously, he's only just clicking up now, as Viper is about to hit the Castle Age himself in just a second, 99 or 100, and there you go, he's up He's up and he's ready and waiting. Crossbow on the way up, and Bodkin arrow as well. Expected researchers, of course. At the corner of the map, he's chasing down 8th Wonder's archers, looking for some easy kills there as they are way away from home, splitting his units up, going to try and head them off, of course. Now back at home, there's that siege workshop. Really expected to see that straight away because, you know, if you can push these towers down, it's just going to alleviate some of the pressure on his eco. If you can get a siege workshop and make a mangonel, he can take down this TC perhaps on the front, which again could be pretty huge. Obviously, 8th Wonder's got enough time to get to castle here. It's not like his TC is going to come down before he's researched the upgrade. That would definitely be GG in that situation. And Viper also building a second town center at the back, with 8th Wonder's actually going to spot that out, which is quite nice because well, not only is he going to spot it out, he's actually going to deny it for a few moments as these villagers retreat away and wait for these scams to kill the archers off. But yeah, like I was saying, I think this is good for 8th Wonder to see that because he's going to expect, I suppose, that Viper here is also going to be focusing a little more on eco than just all-out aggression. And of course, he sees the siege workshop as well, so he knows exactly what Viper is doing, really, which is kind of good. Viper doesn't really see so much. He doesn't really see quite as much of what's going on behind those walls of 8th Wonder there. And 8th Wonder at the moment chucking up a siege workshop of his own. Unfortunately, no stone for a castle here, and I don't know if he scouted this one at the top. No, he's not. So he actually doesn't know if there's any more stone out there. He's probably going to assume there is stone out there, but he doesn't know where it is, which means no castle for him. Viper, meanwhile, you know, that stone there, it's chugging along quite nicely. It's still coming in every now and then when he sends his villagers to actually gather it, but he will be able to build that castle in the next few minutes, and if he does manage to pull that off and drop it on the front here, which is easily done, that's going to really hurt 8th Wonder in a big way. 8th Wonder, though, has got his second and third TC up now, and if we have a quick look at the villager counts and stuff, we'll see that 8th Wonder is behind by 4 villagers, which is not too bad, and perhaps he can catch up pretty quickly if he is able to keep that extra 1 TC advantage here. But I don't think he will, because Viper, obviously, another mangonel out on the way, and he is going to be pressuring this TC. 8th Wonder also making a mangonel, though, and with a bit of good micro and maybe some good fortune, he might just be able to find the mangonel kills he needs to keep this TC alive. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But Viper coming in at the back now, looking to find some villagers over here. 8th Wonder, he's really, really on point today. He's keeping his very, very close beady eye on these TCs and such, and keeping his villagers away from harm, which is, of course, so important. 8+2 range, as he's got Bodkin arrow now, and these towers doing a lot of damage to Viper here. Not so nice at all. Mangonel going to chase them away as well, and on the front, he actually traded 1 for 0, so 8th Wonder did get the mangonel kill he needed, and actually closing the gap, it seems, in the score at the moment. Create threats, thank you very much. Create threats, yeah, create threats. I think, I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Thank you for subscribing, very much appreciated. Oh, I mean resubscribing, in fact, for 2 months in a row. You're awesome, it is official. Alright, so here we go, castle up on the front now. Things are going to get pretty hot for 8th Wonder here as Viper rushes this castle with about 10 or so villagers. Looks like that's going up in an instant. Down goes this TC. There's no way he's going to keep that alive. Down goes the mango as well. 8th Wonder better delete this tower. There we go. He deleted it to get the stone back, of course, but yeah, the TC gone, which is a shame, but 8th Wonder has got another TC, so he's up on 4 TCs right now, as Viper is only on the 2. Viper pulling, like, all of his villagers here to get this castle, and now taking some more stone to perhaps make another castle, and I think it's really important for 8th Wonder now to find enough stone for a castle of his own, or to reach the Imperial Age and get some rams out to take this castle down. Because at the moment, one of Viper's biggest weaknesses is going to be rams. Sure, he has a mangonel, that's great, but the archer units here against rams are really going to struggle, they're going to suck. So I feel in this situation, 8th Wonder, he's got to scout and find that stone, or he's got to go imp, and he has to try and take this castle down as fast as possible. The thing is, Viper is already up to him. He's already on the way. He's not messing around. He is on 2 TCs, so he's not had to make so many villagers, or not had to spend so much on villagers. Therefore, he's had a surplus of food, and he's clicked up. As a result, Viper's going to go up to Imp. He's going to be able to get out of Treb. He's going to bring down these TCs, and 8th Wonder is looking like he's in a very precarious situation. He's on the edge. It's almost at the tipping point, and he's in a lot of trouble at this point because he's not got too many answers to the Viper at the moment. You know, castles, they are so hard to take down when you're in the castle age. It's just how it is. You know, these castles, so beefy, so tanky. They really take, you know, a player in the Imperial Age to bring them down. And 8th Wonder here with a Scorp, with a Mangonel, going to try and push this army away. Going to try and clean this up a little bit if he can. Might be able to pull it off, perhaps, and try to keep this TC alive. But there's obviously been a lot of idle time here for 8th Wonder as well. And if you have a look at the difference, Viper has 41 minutes of villager idle time, and 8th Wonder has 1 hour and 34 minutes of villager idle time, which is nearly a whole hour additional idle time. As a result, Viper's got more gold, but surprisingly, 8th Wonder actually has very similar amounts of food and wood and stone as well. In actual fact, if you have a quick look at the food gathered, Viper's not that far ahead of 8th Wonder in total food gathered. The difference is 8th Wonder's spent a lot more on villagers. He's got, let's have a quick look, he's got 20 more villagers, which equates to, well, 50 times 20. Yeah, you do the math. That's a lot of food right there, which he could have used to go up to the Imperial Age. But with a larger economy, maybe he can hold out and make something work here. He's actually going to... Okay, so he's going to try and take this castle down in the castle age. He's got balls, this one. And I like... Yeah, okay. He's got balls. That's a good thing. I'm not going to say I like that, because I know where you guys will take that one. Alright, so Knights coming forwards on the front. No Bloodlines, of course, here, but +2 defense is done. Unfortunately, that Mangonel couldn't get his shot, but the Knight's going to overrun these units anyway. Looks like the castle's actually going to go down, and this is absolutely huge for 8th Wonder. If he can take this castle, that will be huge. I cannot tell you, because Viper will not get his all-important Treb out. It's not going to happen. And this is reminding me of the Chaos Pit game that we saw yesterday. Very, very similar game. Very, very similar game, where we saw Britons versus... can't remember what we saw them against, but still, very similar. However, Viper has more stone. And he's going to put up another castle. So, with Arbalest done, with Longbow done, these guys now with 5+5 range, 5+5 range, yeah. Gonna be tough, but he might just take the... Yes, he's taking the castle down. He's brought the rams in, and Viper had to delete the castle there. He's going to try and rebuild it now on the left side. He's like, I'm building this castle. It's going to happen. But bear in mind, at the back of all this, 8th Wonder's economy is really doing very well. 8th Wonder with 81 vills versus Viper's 55. So if he can kind of just hold out, and if he can kind of just get to the Imperial Age and keep Viper busy trying to build these castles and, like, you know, just keep him busy on the front, this could be insane. Archery range is coming up for 8th Wonder though, which implies it's going to go for skirms here. There's no reason for him to go archers because he doesn't get Arbalest, and, well, I mean, he's against the Brits. So a lot of skirms going to be coming out for 8th Wonder. Is he going to try and go Imp first? Or is he going to make a lot of skirms and ruin that chance? I think he's not got too many options, really. I think he has to kind of get more military out. If he doesn't react to Viper's military now, then obviously he's going to die before he reaches Imp anyway, and that's it. He's calling GG, which is, you know, it's sad. It's sad that he called GG there, because I feel like he could have made something work. He could have made something work. A little bit sad, I suppose, but really, 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 really nice games from these guys. Very well played by 8th Wonder, getting himself 2 wins against the Viper there. 2 wins, and in the end, just not being able to put up the fight for the 4th and final game. Viper's castle, you know, I think if Viper didn't have another castle on the way up here, maybe 8th Wonder wouldn't have been so inclined to resign. But the fact that Viper, after losing that castle, was able to build another one in its place, and this time 8th Wonder couldn't do anything about it, I think maybe that caught him out. I don't know. I mean, in this situation, I really feel like 8th Wonder maybe could have got Imp a little faster and put up a better fight there. In the Castle Age, though, it's really kind of futile fighting against the Britons here, because Knight's gonna die very quickly. Skirm's gonna be so outranged that they'll probably die pretty quickly as well. And you know, you could argue that he resigned a little early, but I do feel like Viper was in a very strong situation towards the end there. And all those extra villagers, they just weren't enough for 8th Wonder in that game. But that was really nice, actually. A really nice set of games, and actually a draw at the end of it, with Viper getting the 4th and final game, bringing it even to 2-2. And honestly, guys, I don't think many players in this event are going to be able to take a game from the Viper, and I'm very amazed that 8th Wonder has managed to do so well there with his 2nd and 3rd game. Awesome stuff from him. Very well played. And there you have it, guys. So we'll come back now, and we're going to see if we can maybe find an interview or get an interview with the Viper or something. Of course, massive thank you to Search Engine Revs, as always, for supplying